There's enough competitors in quotation marks for Fab at the moment. That
Oh
I'm not a big
yeah,
fan of.
the
true.
one that you were talking about, the League of Legends one.
Exactly.
Riftbound.
Flash
Yeah,
Japan,
Riftbound. That's it.
cash grab. But
I think it will stick around for a bit.
Yeah, it'll grab a lot of cash.
Yeah,
but
it will.
No, and the cuppers are being swayed by it currently.
Oh yeah, because Flesh and Blood doesn't have enough going on.
Exactly.
Doesn't have enough going on.
Unfortunately, it was because primarily the kind of decks they enjoy playing aren't strong at the moment. Which is paradoxical, because the decks that I enjoy playing are.
Okay. So...
Well, I say that.
Let's start with...
We'll get into the conversation
at the moment.
Because again, we could talk about how, at the moment, who knows what's good.
Yeah. Because what literally happened in the last 24 hours?
There was a calling.
There was a calling.
In Seattle. And there I was, watching the calling, having a great time.
Spoilers, by the way.
Watching some fantastic gameplay, and there will be spoilers, because I'll probably end up spoiling some of the games just by accident. And then after, I think it was round 2 or 3 on day 2, the two commentators, Michael Feng, Bryce Platts, decided, we're going to give you the BnR. And I whipped back because I was doing some stuff on the other TV. I was making some donuts in the new Pokemon game, and I was like, "Excuse me, did you just say what I thought you said?" I even put it in the Seabass chat. Did you guys hear that? Am I hallucinating? And they're like, "No, we heard that too." So then we had to wait the entire 5-minute advert break.
That must have been painful. Everyone in chat
actively like bouncing off the wall. And then we do get our BnR a whole 24 hours early, which is very exciting.
Just from 2 commentators.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they had been given the green light. They just rip it and go, we're going to...
Well, it's
the people need to know.
It's more that no one knew that was coming, so no one knows to, tune in for this early BnR.
Welcome to Energy Potion, a Flesh and Blood podcast where we chat about trying, failing, and sometimes succeeding to play Flesh and Blood as competitively as we can. This episode was recorded in front of a live audience at an exclusive secret location. Before you smash the like, follow, or subscribe buttons, just take a moment. Do you really want your friends and connections to hear the latest hot takes and brute techs before you get to play them yourself? What it gives is people are watching the official stream a slight leg up in terms of thinking time about what's happening.
They get a day.
Card market.
Not even a day.
They'll get like an hour.
Yeah, an hour. Because I saw it whenever somebody...
The chat was... I think it was posted in the chat like 7 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the only thing is card market. If they're going to be purchasing singles or anything, if they get the BnR earlier than everyone else, they've got a really quick in.
But this unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people who did know what was getting banned early and probably had already made their card market orders.
But what are they ordering? Because that's now the crux of the problem.
Foil, tag the target.
Well, hang on. So, the BnR.
Look it up.
Yep.
Look it up.
You mean you haven't memorised it?
I probably have actually, but
it's etched. It's etched onto my grave.
Well, one of them definitely is. Yes. And we'll leave it if you like.
Unhappy.
Would you like to tell me the one you're least happy about, John?
Brand with Cinderclaw.
I know.
Why?
I'm sad too.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? Because as we know, John, Vi was too strong.
Literally one of the most fun cards.
Vi was busted.
Unassuming. It's just 3 go again.
It's not though, is it?
I mean,
it's not though, is it? It's actually a lot more than that, and that's why they banned it.
It is part of my favourite 2-card 10.
Yep.
2-card 11, to be fair.
Yep. Yep.
So there's a 2-card 11, which is
consistency
overrated by about 4.
I think it's like looking at it and looking at it properly, because again, no one would ever dreamed of banning brands until they banned it. Looking at it, it's probably one of the most consistent glue pieces the game had.
Like not running 9 felt bad, even in Syndra, who didn't need 9.
Well, I was down to 6 in Fi, and I will be down to 0 going forward, I think. But it just fixed a lot of hands that needed fixing, and then on the hands where you didn't need to fix, it was still a fantastic role player.
Yeah.
It did everything you needed it to. It was Draconic's, strongest soldier.
It really was. I'm really sad.
I think you'll get over it.
I don't know if I will.
I think you will.
And what upsets me the most...
What is it, the yellow going?
No. The thing that upsets me the most is I have read the article now as well, with all the reasoning, and here's what we're doing, and do you know what it really upsets me.
Well, do you agree with it?
It
No.
makes sense.
Oh, you don't.
I agree with everything up
Mhm.
until the bit they don't say.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I can't read what
Okay,
they did
fine.
say because that's not in there.
So what they don't say is anything about Fi.
They do not mention
All
Fi.
about
That's
Syndra.
true.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
all about Syndra, and it's all about how it was Syndra's consistency piece. And I played Syndra for a year. I love Syndra. But it doesn't once mention the impact it's going to have on Fi. They just didn't consider it. They just didn't even think about it.
I think they definitely did consider it. Because I do think, and we'll go on to one of the other bands later on, in that it wasn't enough to take the power out of these top tier decks. Like, this is what we were saying for the last 2 weeks or so. They did need to sort of hit what could have filled the gap quite nicely. And the thing is, if you do take a piece from Syndra that is enough to bring her down a peg, Fi does fill that gap quite handy. Fi was very close to being as strong as Syndra.
Yeah, okay, fine.
And without Brand, he's still really good. He's still fine because he plays enough actual draconic starters
that you don't care.
You just replace it with a marginally worse one.
Well, it's only marginally worse if Arachne isn't top of the pile. And
if Arachne's top of the pile, you play Hunt the Ends of Wraith and you're chuffed to bits.
Yeah, exactly. You've got Hunt the Ends of Wraith in there and you're really happy.
Your 0 for 3 go again for a 0 for 4 go again.
Yeah,
it's great.
So,
and that's what's going to happen with Syndra as well. I think already people are moving to replace the cards, the 3 red brands and sometimes the 3 yellows, the 2 to 3 yellows, with Hunt the Ends of Wraith as a draconic 0 cost, unequivocal go again starter. And like I was saying before, Tag the Target is going in as a way to obviously have a head jab that goes 0 for 3 go again. Also, the marking is really, really relevant.
Yep.
Because obviously,
now you need the fealty generation.
Well, Syndra does actually have the second part of text that says if your opponent's marked and you hit them, you make a fealty.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is crazy.
So
no one's ever seen this before.
In some ways, this is one of those weird ones where actually Syndra might get stronger because now you've got another card you've got to care about blocking.
I think. Well, the issue Tag the Target will be the first attack that comes out, and that's the attack you always let hit.
Yeah.
So that one's going to hit, and then she's going to come in for 0 for 3 go again, and you're going to go, okay, I have to block that one, and then she flicks, and she's hit you, by the way, because that's how it works.
Yep.
So she makes her fealty. Then she goes March of Loyalty for 4 go again, because she's made a fealty this turn. That's on hit mask for 4 go again, blocks 3, by the way. So the build's going to change. We're going to see a lot more fealty.
And I do think there's a world where it just becomes a stronger build because it was there and everyone got lazy.
It's more robust.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a return. I think Ravenous Rabble might get cut. I think we're going to see return to blues and spreading flames.
I think Blue Line Syndra is going to be more popular, or the more successful version.
I think they're going to play a ridiculous amount of blues. We're looking at maybe 9 whole blues, John.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. But deserved. And I think, again, this is what always happens. We have a ban and the deck ends up becoming more solid.
Yeah.
But she didn't just lose Brand.
No, she didn't just lose Brand.
And this one doesn't affect Fi.
This one... Well,
no, it doesn't.
Would in Sage.
Well, it's legal in Sage.
It's I know exactly, but Fi plays it in Sage.
I can play in Sage.
Yeah. No, Wrath of Retribution.
Yeah.
Which
everyone's favorite 0 card 9.
I had my fun with it. I lost games because of it, and I'm unfussed.
Yeah, I think every Syndra player agreed. That Wrath needed to go.
I'm fairly sure I had a run. I'm fairly sure I had a run of 12 games where I didn't see it once and won more than I lost.
Yeah.
So, because it was just in the bottom half of the deck.
Yep. And you see the first third if you're playing Syndra usually. So
yeah, most you see half the deck. It's in the bottom half of the deck because it's a one of. You don't see it. It's irrelevant in the deck. So I'm unfussed. I'm unfussed about the Wrath ban. I suppose the disappointing thing comes from my theory of Fab decks play thematically. And Wrath was a very thematic card.
I mean, you should have really said Syndra spec on it.
Yeah, it should have said Syndra spec on it. It was a very thematic card for her. And so you lose... Forget the competitive play stuff, you just lose a thematic edge to the hero, which is always upsetting. So I actually think heroes play well when they play to their theme.
Well, I think instead now of having the Wrath turn, you just have space for 3 Spreading Flames turns that kind of do something.
Oh, yeah, in terms of power, they do something similar. Per power level, I think you've got Blue Line Syndra, you've got Spreading Flame, you'll put Mounting Anger in, you'll have a handful of blues.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's crazy.
And you've got the pitch to pay for it now. And she's fine. power-wise. Maybe even better power-wise. Maybe there's all sorts of things that people will be forced to dream up they didn't dream up before.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not quite, but we'll come back to that.
A bit more fealty, a bit more mark generation.
But, well, this is it. I think she has to focus on the fealty generation and lose some of the techs, which is what I said before they put it in the ban. I said this before they put it in the ban, but they did say it in the ban, was, more focus on fealty generation, less cute techs, and unfortunately the cute techs do win games. So
they will. She'll be a bit less
but as a deck that just pushes out damage, she's fine. But she loses that thematic piece. When you did see Wrath, you were like,
that's
got to be Syndra.
But unfortunately, when you did see Wrath, you were usually quite miserable if you're on the other side of the table. So
yeah, but it's like aesthetic storytelling, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is actually one of the key things that makes Fab so fantastic is that when you are playing these heroes, they do play differently and they do feel different when you play them. They do have these styles. It is a little bit.
So that's sad from that perspective, but from a competitive standpoint, unfussed. Unfussed about the Wrath.
Unfazed.
Meanwhile, what else was banned, John?
Chart the High Seas.
Oh, we're going to go there, are we?
Yeah.
We're going straight there.
Well, we start with Syndra.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She had the most cards banned.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll build up to the good news.
Oh, well, I'll leave that one to you to decide what that is. Chart the High Seas is gone, which I think everyone who's ever played against Gravy is very happy to hear. Locally, 5 Gravy players understand, again, why the card has gone. It has the potential to be on the power level of Wrath, as like a 0-card 9. If you really rip it and hit a blue and a chum, you can go for a 0-card 10, and then you get to swing with chum and have 4 left on board off of the 1 blue. It let you, against aggro decks, essentially block out very well and then rip this from Arsenal and still present an ally and attack. And into defensive decks, you can stack it with your back alley break lines and let you set up these crazy multiple action point turns. It was a fantastic thematic cool card that played exactly into how Gravy wants to play the game. And it was very strong. And for something that blocked 3, but it's less a power card and more a consistency piece that he's losing. Like, there's a lot more cards that you can say are like intrinsically powerful, because Chart can miss. Like, Chart can hit your 2 conquerors. Chart can actually ruin your day, and has often my day. But yeah, we're losing another one of these key engine pieces. Obviously, we lost 6 Tipples. We're now losing Chart the High Seas, and it's going to feel really bad when you get rolled by Gravy now, because the chances of it happening are lower.
Yep.
So you're going to feel even worse because you were the poor unlucky sod to get rolled by him when he hit the high roll. Now they mention the high roll specifically in the text in the thing, saying like, the high roll potential is down. It means he's still got tools to do everything else. I mean, it will probably be replaced with maybe C4 salvage, maybe Give No Quarter might find its way back into the 80, that kind of stuff. He has a myriad of blues he could play just in the Necromancer slot, let alone just generic blues he could find. But yeah, like I was saying, of the heroes that I hit, actually, I think Gravy's probably the least phased by losing this card, especially depending on how the meta shifts. Like, if Syndra does come down a peg, then Gravy's going to be quite happy to fill that gap that she leaves. But no, it's something that I need to actually have a little dig and have a little look at testing and maybe shift the blues around a little bit. But it is sad because that card's really cool.
Again, yeah, it's a cool card. It is the art of the set. It's the Chart of the High Seas.
That's where we're going.
It's the one that they did the collectible card art for. Collect the cards in the jump.
The High Seas that they're charting is the set.
It is an iconic card of the set, and it's gone, which again feels thematically.
Well, but this is what we were saying only a few weeks ago. These cards are gone now.
They're gone now.
There could be a world where they do come back.
Well, they've said specifically that they are likely to.
For
not
Brand,
which ones,
I can see it.
Yeah,
because for Brand, I could see Syndra still racking up enough numbers to make it, and then leaving poor Fi there on 950.
Yep.
And he gets his Brand back, and it pushes him across the line.
Yeah.
Chart is going to be tougher, because how do you one, print another Pirate Necromancer in the next like 2 years. You probably don't. And two, how do you ever find a metagame where gravy isn't crazy relevant?
No, because they can just bring it back because, and they were saying this, we were saying this, the meta's fine. Actually, the meta's fine. They could have not touched. There was no reason to touch anything other than shake things up. We're going to talk about
the Seattle top 8 in a bit, and we're going to agree.
Other than shake things up. So they can, in theory, bring any of the cards they banned back. They've sort of left themselves that room on the basis that, you know what, it's fine. It's not going to make anyone ridiculous because it was fine before. Now, if a hero LLs, it changes things up, and who knows, but I think they have left themselves that wiggle room to go. There's stuff in the past that's been banned for being egregious. There's been stuff in the past that's been banned to create design space. These ones have been banned just to shake the meta up.
Literally to shake the meta up.
Because the meta's fine.
The meta was fine.
The meta was fine.
We didn't get any unbanned.
Wasn't even stale yet, I think.
We were talking about
we didn't get any unbanned. I was going to bring that up after we talked about the banned ones. But yeah, that's really I feel personally disappointed by that.
We didn't get blue bonds, John.
I feel disappointed we didn't get anything back. Because I feel that makes it... They needed to foreshadow the promise.
I can posit a theory as to why, John.
Why? Because,
again, this is a pocket meta. We're only getting it for like a month.
Well, that's true.
And then we're going to get a whole set. And everyone's getting something.
But we're getting a BnR after this meta.
They could have rebanned for Silver Age.
They could have rebanned something.
CC, but
they could have literally unbanned something just for this meta and made...
You'd unban it all again.
They could unban it all again.
They could do.
Because it's just for RTN season.
Right.
So what else? What else went?
Oh, I have a question before we move on.
Go on.
Charted, is it specifically a Pirate Necromancer card or a Necromancer card?
It is a Pirate Necromancer card. Oh. As it stands, there are 2 Necromancer cards that aren't Pirate, and they're both equipment pieces. It's Headstone, which looks like it should be Pirate, and Dead Threads, which looks like it is Necromancer, because it's a sexy Necromancer video.
That makes sense.
So in terms of Necromancer identity, we only have Pirate Necromancer as...
Yeah,
a go-to.
I think it's going to be one of those classes like Illusionist where you never get an untalented one.
But the issue is we actually have loads of untalented Illusionist cards. We have no untalented thingy cards like Necromancer cards. Well, but this is the other thing. When it was brought up, and I think it was Aiden. Yeah, I think Aiden brought it up. So kudos to Aiden for mentioning it. But it will be hard to design generic Necromancer allies.
Yeah,
that work.
But you don't have generic Illusionist allies.
I was thinking Frankie.
Spectral Shields. Well, Frankie is actually, sorry, I lied. Frankie is the Draconic.
She's the Necromancer.
She's
the generic
But she's the generic Necromancer. Obviously, she's not legal in any constructed format because you can only get her by being a very good cosplayer, which would lock us plebes out.
Not all of us.
I'm aiming for it.
Well, Lara will get it, yeah, that's fine. But I can't play it. So, So maybe they are opening the space up for that kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. I really do want base Necromancer. Again, I wanted it to say one, and then we got the damn Pirate, and I was like, I'll play him. But
just so you know, if I do get Frankie, I'm playing him.
I know you are. I know. And
one way or another.
Yeah, playing Silver Age. I don't give a damn. We're playing her. No, more cards were banned. Specifically 2 more cards. Well, 3 if I guess you count colours. What would you like to lead with? Which one?
Let's go with the one that makes flicky stabby daggers. Or Weaver's Spinneret.
You got it, yeah, well done.
Yep.
Which colours were banned?
The yellows and blues.
Yes, not the reds specifically. So they get to keep the 0 for
reds.
4.
0 for 4?
Is all blues
go again. It's got stealth. No, I think it's 0 for 3, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Chilistera comes in for 1, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. So.
Yeah, and it makes a Chilistera, which is kind of deal.
Which can flicked and stabbed and...
But yeah, so...
buffed and all the other nasty things Arachne can do with dagger.
Yeah, to people, I suppose, not paying attention or people a bit more out of the loop. Already?
Sorry?
Steel arm for EUIC.
Yeah,
that's early.
Yeah.
EUIC's not for another 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, but you want to be there 10 minutes ready.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Maybe you should set another alarm before we miss it.
Very smart, very smart. No, All-Blue Spinneret, for those not in the loop, had kind of become an easy 9 of staple in Marionette. because of Marionette players, and obviously a lot of players who had moved to Marionette, we'd seen a lot of strong players move to Marionette in the last couple of weeks, realised that these Graphene Chaliceras are busted. Like, this weapon's really, really, really good. A weapon with stealth means that all of your cards that impact cards with stealth can buff it, and all of your cards that impact daggers can buff it. You can still flick it if you want to. Getting your opponent...
You can flick it while it's buffed.
Exactly, and because and if your opponent's marked, then it has go again intrinsically. Like, it works really, really well with Mario, and it's a way for you to just push raw damage on the turns where you don't have disruption, and then obviously on the turns where you do have disruption, it's fine because you've still got the dagger for next turn. So, fantastically strong card. And whilst Mario was creeping into this like big 3 discussion, like they mentioned in the article, they mentioned in the dev talk as well, this is just to sort of keep him on parity with the rest of the meta game, to not just essentially ban these cards and weaken these strong heroes and just open the doors to Mario.
Yeah.
Now, I still think Mario's going to be very, very strong.
Yep.
I mean, he just got 6 new slots in the deck to fill that he can put some new M's in if he wants to. And technically, the Slippy deck just came out, and there are some M's that he could put in. Don't know if he will necessarily, but
there are some that work.
But there are some that work quite well. So it'll be interesting to see the way that develops. And obviously, we've got loads of time before RTN season to figure that out. It's 2 weeks, John.
Oh God.
We have 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and Christmas is in the way.
Yep. Yeah, so you've got 2 weeks of it, and like a good week of it is going to be spent with me having drunk too much Baileys, so it doesn't really count.
1 armory, maybe 2 armories at best.
And they're not going to be full ones.
No.
We're week 1, by the way, John. Just let you know.
Well, I can't make it, so I'm fine.
I can.
Yeah.
I'm the testing ground.
Yep.
I'm probably going to play Rhino.
I might be able to make it, actually, as a world.
Well, or I play Florian. Although Florian's
well, no, let's come back to... Hold on. We've not done the ban cards yet. We've not done the ban cards yet.
If I do play Florian, he's going to look a bit different to how he did look.
Yes, he is. But that's because...
He's also lost a few cards.
He's also lost a few cards.
Not just blue, but also yellow and red root-bound carapace.
Oof.
And that's the good news, ladies and gentlemen.
Earth is dead.
Earth is dead.
So Earth loses access to, obviously, a fantastic defensive option in red root-bound carapace.
Yep.
9 times
even
out of
yellow
10,
root-bound.
a 0 for 4.
Yep.
But as a yellow, and even as the cheeky little one-off blue that I sometimes play in my list, it is, I should say it was, the only 1-card decomposition option for Earth.
It's a 1-card decomposition option, and you play it in your opponent's turn.
Exactly. So, and it costs 0.
Yep.
So it's not even like it.
So it's really, it's a great consistency piece.
It's a fantastic piece, and again, it's not one of those cards that you go, oh wow, that's crazy busted, that's broken, that's winning the game on the spot. But it does contribute.
It does. It really does help.
Every Earth player wants their first decomposition to be either a root-bound carapace or a cadaverous tilling, and you're playing 3 of both, or 3 of one, 2 of the other. To make it fit. Obviously, you're also playing a lot of yellow root bounds in something like Florian as well, to really make sure that you've got that engine spinning. It's an Earth card, so it then feeds into the decomposition train as well.
Yep.
And now it's gone.
Yep.
So these Earth decks are going to have to switch gears, get more proactive, because you still need the same amount of decomposition cards. Like if Verdance is taking out 3 red root bounds, she's going to have to put 3 more cards that decompose in.
Yep. And whilst they say she's getting more in Sage, she's not got them for RTN.
She's not got them for RTN. They're going to be cadaverous tillings. They could be blossoming decay in kind of. But the key is like with Syndra as well. Both Florian and Verdance are going to be a lot less consistent getting online as fast as they were, which means they're going to essentially be unable to make use of their hero text, for lack of a better phrase, in a lot of games. Now, in a lot of matchups with Verdance, for example, she doesn't use her hero text. She uses the part that says Earth, like into Syndra, for example.
Yep.
So she's playing Waning Moon, she's just playing Ball Lander. She doesn't need to get online. Now, you have just taken one of her defensive options away, but even getting to 4 is the important part of that matchup.
Yep.
Because you want to get to 4 so that your chess piece is online, so you can use it for the actual blocking utility, and so that your Fellings and your Plows are coming in at full power. We're going to see so many more first decompositions from both Verdance and Florian that are going to be Fellings for 4 and Plows for 2, because they don't have that extra option to get online. They don't have those tillings, or they're going to have to eat an extra punch to put together these 2-card decompositions in cadaverous tilling blue, maybe yellow, God, to push through that damage. Like, and obviously, Cadaver's Tilling yellow is 2 cards 7. It's nothing to write home about, but it's not awful. But you have to take that chunk to push the damage through. Now, Verdance already has to play almost exclusively 2-card hands anyway. The root bounds were a way for her to sort of circumnavigate that. Florian can play 1-card hands, but he doesn't really want to be eating too much damage when he can afford to, because his 1-card hands are essentially just... If he's not online, his 1-card hands are just a blue converts to 4 damage, which isn't awful.
Isn't the end of the world, but it's not what you want.
So whilst it doesn't look too impactful on the surface, you just be like, well, I'll take out root bounds, I'll put in Fate for Scenes, that kind of thing. It's going to, again, like Syndra losing Brand, have a knock-on effect to the way the decks are built and played as a whole.
Yep.
And sort of take their consistency down a peg, or maybe just kind of move it to the left a bit, and kind of the game plan changes as
But
well.
all these, what really are minor hits,
They're more tweaks.
Add up in what was a really diverse, wide meta.
It was crazy.
It was a really wide meta, so minor percentage points off of some of the top decks will have butterfly effects.
It might be all you need. Like, it really might just be all you need.
You know, and I can see lots of things bubbling to the top now.
Well, I mean, we already have many people claiming that this is the time for their pet deck to shine.
Honestly, I was looking at Max earlier.
Okay. Well, but there is something.
It's still not his
there's
time.
something to be said about
It's still not his time.
Earth having a chokehold on the mid-range,
Yep.
like essentially archetype in Fab, whilst it was at full power and not even necessarily at fully full power. It taking a step back does open up the door to these other decks that would like to play in that field. You're looking at Ira. You're looking at Max.
Max has other problems.
You're looking at KO.
Max has problems that end his potential as a meta.
So there's potential for a lot of decks to come in, but then the thing is, you don't need to have a good matchup into everything to do well this season, because everyone and their nan is going to be playing something crazy because they think this is the hotness. There will not be a solidified meta until at least week 3.
That's true.
We won't even know what the new triangle is before the new set's out.
No.
It'll all get thrown on its head.
And then, because they've already said you're getting more decompose. I can imagine that there's some draconic cards coming as well.
We've already seen the Fi card.
So a Fi card.
Well, yeah. If everyone's getting something, I'm not hoping for anything more than 1 card for Fi. But that does make it quite easy that when that set comes out, you just replace Brand with it.
Yep.
I was wondering what to cut, and now I don't have to worry about it. Maybe we'll start listening to us just because they like us, John.
Maybe
that's our niche. The first likable Flesh and Blood podcasters.
Likeable.
I like Haydendale, and I don't mind Pankaj Bhojwani. I just disagree with him fundamentally on Assassin and Icelander. I like Icelander, just not as much as Pankaj Bhojwani. Although he played Syndra at Seattle, so traitor.
Well, last chance saloon.
It was also last chance saloon to play Verdance.
As we said, this is it. They're gone.
Also, he was like Mario's biggest fan. To be fair, if I Reiner, for example, taking Reiner as an example, if suddenly all the best players in the world started playing Reiner, I would immediately stop playing Reiner. They're like, well, now he's cool. I can't play him.
Oh, I hate to say this, Toby, but I've started playing Reiner.
I know you've started playing Reiner, and it's tough.
It's hard for me to watch.
And what's great, John, is that I played a game of Reiner against Sam, one of our locals, playing Katsu on Monday night. Played a bit of CC. That deck's really strong. I don't know how you were managing it, but that deck's busted. He got 1 Katsu trigger the entire game.
Right.
I won.
Yeah.
For reference. But no.
I'm doing something wrong.
Just so you know.
Well, fundamentally, yes.
But
the issue is, because you've played, approximately 5 Reiner games, you're not really supposed to know what you're doing wrong.
No.
Well, in a perfect world, I'd be able to literally shadow you and take notes and then afterwards discuss it with you, like a real coach. Unfortunately, I was too busy, playing the game.
And yeah.
I also had 2 games against Ryan. I played Katsu into Syndra. We played 5 turns across
That's a lot.
2 games.
Wow.
That's a lot of turns.
I won the first one, lost the second one.
Oh, no, wait, sorry. 5 turns between the 2 games. That's fine. That's fine. That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Yeah, I had... the second game that I lost, he finished on 1.
Yep.
Flamescale Furnace came in clutch. and it's because I arsenaled a blue 100 wins instead of a Ancestral Harmony
Right.
the turn before, and then proceeded to have my Katsu turn, which went 100 wins into Salt the Wound for like 7, when it could have been at the start Ancestral Harmony, and then just ripped like double bonds.
Fine.
Regardless, Katsu's fun, but we're not talking about Katsu just yet. We're going to talk about... Now we've mentioned it, but we've talked about the BnR, we've talked about Root Band going, we've talked about all the good cards going. We'll talk about why these bans were necessary, because obviously the
necessary is a strong word.
The metagame was so stale and so solved.
Yeah. As evidenced by the top 8 at Seattle.
As evidenced by the top 8 at Seattle, which, frankly, is just an embarrassing array of the same...
The same 3 heroes again and again and again.
Sorry, I seem to have... There seems to have been a glitch on my phone here, John, because it seems that only one hero had multiple appearances in the top 8, and it was Gravy Bones.
Okay, yep.
Makes
the one
sense.
they'd already nerfed once.
But tied in the quarterfinals
Yep.
was KO.
Who?
Underhanded
Wait,
cheat.
Brute. Underhanded cheat!
Also there, Yuki Lee Bender on Syndra Jokai Retribution. Also there, Andrew Lorenz on Acilio Constello Intelligence.
Yep.
Then we've got Simon Nielsen on Prism, Awakener of Soul.
Prism?
Then we've got another Gary Bones, piloted by Griffin Myers. The final was between Kasai for the Golden Sand, Christopher Ayali, and Zach Miller on Kano, Jokai of Aether. This is the same weekend that, spoilers for any Battlehound Vienna watchers, I don't think there was a stream, Kano won that. So Kano had LL this weekend, which, by the way, is a separate course for acceleration.
Is it? For some.
For most.
For some.
All.
No.
Yeah.
I never played him again after they burned the books,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of wish I had.
And now you're free, John. Now you don't have to worry about it anymore.
No.
Now you never have to worry about, oh, should I play Kano for this pro quest?
There's no room for regret. He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone
sad.
to the big
I'm sad.
pitch stack in the sky.
I'm sad. Like there is no combo hero like Kano.
No.
There is no combo
You
hero like
can
Kano.
you can play a
You can play some combos. Acilio does some combos.
Well, maybe we'll get Blaze in
not the way
Compendium.
Kano did.
No, but that's good because that sucked.
It really didn't.
It did.
It really didn't.
It did.
It really didn't. It was a really fun way to play the game
It was a really awful way to lose it.
when it happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because you go, I sure hope the top cards on my opponent's deck aren't stacked in the right way. Because if they are, it doesn't matter what I do, I lose the game.
Yes.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun and interactive?
Yes.
Regardless, this is a fantastic top 8. This is a myriad of
It is.
decks
It's
in
a
top
bunch
8.
of really interesting heroes.
Like
and by the way, we've got the BnR and Kano being nerfed, which is interesting in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, Kano going would in theory open up the space for a lot more defensive blocky decks, because the only decks that really could punish that now are Acilio, to a degree, would have been Verdance. I guess, really go low aggro decks like Phi Syndra could have done too.
Yeah.
But obviously the BnR came into effect as well.
Yes.
But no, this finals between Christopher Riley.
It sounds fine. The meta's fine. The meta was fine. So why have we had a BnR?
Because enough people wanted one.
Enough people on Twitter wanted one.
Unfortunately, the unwashed masses did want a BnR.
I'd have been fine without this BnR. I think we could have had...
I think a lot of people would have
I
done.
don't think we needed a pocket meta. I think we just had the meta for RTN.
I think you're not wrong. But again, if enough people say something, it becomes fact. If enough people go on Twitter and complain and say this format is stale, regardless of how actually fun and the amount of space for innovation there is in the metagame, people will believe it to be stale. And if that impacts RTN attendance, then it's up to LSS to rectify that. Now, it is a tough, break for them because, again, the meta was fine, I think, to a degree. There are a lot of people who disagree with me on that, don't get me wrong, and they're entirely allowed to, because I think fundamentally it's subjective. I think a lot of people enjoy this metagame because of how open it is. I think a lot of people
you had two strong decks regularly, but not always on top, not game-breakingly on top.
Not single Verdance in this top.
You had a third deck that punished everyone, but was punishable. And then you had a fourth deck that was climbing up and scaring those three.
Yep, you had Mario creeping in.
Yeah.
This is the thing though. So Taylor Kamaya, the KO underhanded cheat player,
I can't believe it, but yeah,
was on stream for his quote unquote winning in. I think it was actually pretty much locked. against Yuki on Syndra.
Yep.
And
That's a tough matchup for Syndra.
it was. I looked unwinnable, John. Like there were points where it looked like he was actively playing with his food.
Is that the one that was like 17 and 1 life?
Yeah. So there was a point where he was at like 23 and she was at like 2. And he just like over a few hands just like was just leaking flick knives damage and someone just waiting for a hand to try and like finish her off, and obviously did. It looked brutal.
It is. Cuck is rough for Syndra.
RKO is a strong deck, yes. So this is what I mean. There were so many. And then the week before that, we had Larius making a breakout performance with Jason Rolth with a deck that by no means was finalised and polished to the complexity that it could be.
Yep.
Which leaves there was space for Pleiades and Tough Nut to be discovered. This is the thing. There was so much potential in that metagame for more innovation and more development. And yeah, it's a bit sad that we're not going to see it, but they've just gone, cool, we're going to...
Well, I think it accelerates some of the development. I think that's what it does.
We're going to force the wheel. We're going to push it.
Accelerate some development because, okay, so I suppose does that lead to who's good? Who's worth playing? Who's worth the 2 weeks of practice we're going to get, Toby?
Well, and this is the thing. Do I recommend picking up a brand new deck for 2 weeks ready for week 1 of RTN?
Absolutely not.
Probably not.
Absolutely
However,
not.
if you have reps on a hero that you think had some sauce and only get saucier as we go in, then by all accounts. I mean, it's very easy to look at this top 8 and say, okay, what decks didn't get hit? Kasai, who won, by the way.
Kasai is probably best deck in format right now.
Kasai continues to be able to do the numbers that Syndra wants to, and Mario wants to, and then also can occasionally make a man. Blocks well, gets dynamo value, is a fantastic deck. I mean, and in a metagame where everyone always writes off Warrior, there she is. Warrior away. Prism's pretty good.
Prism is pretty good.
Prism's pretty good. In the right hands. In the wrong hands, she'll try and kill you.
There are lots of established Prism players who love playing Prism, and she will be a force to reckon with.
Prism lost to Kano in the semis, by the way.
You're not going to pick her up for these 2 weeks, but you've got to be ready for her.
You should watch that Kano game against Prism in the semi-finals.
Not anymore. Can't be bothered.
You should watch it.
Kano's gone.
Guess how many
Dead
poppers?
to me.
Guess how many poppers he was playing?
He was playing poppers.
Yep. Guess how many?
0.
9.
9.
He was playing Call for Backup. The one where when you block with it, you can pick 2 attack actions with different names in your graveyard. Your opponent chooses one to go on top of the deck and the other one to get banished. So he's playing like loads of different named poppers and Call for Backup. And he tempoed the Prism out of the game.
Amazing.
So he just like blocked, popped, and then had Waning Moon up all the time to pressure Angels. He was playing Singering Foresight, and he just had one in the arsenal. So if he ever swung with an Angel, he'd be Singering Foresight, op 3. Didn't even need to necessarily pitch to Kano, but just so he could Waning Moon and pop the Angel so it wouldn't resolve the go again. So he had like a hostage Waning Moon. It was sick. It was really, really cool.
That hero did not see enough play. I didn't play Kano enough.
No, but you could do exactly that with like Basilio.
He just had a gun under the table.
He's like, bang! Don't move. Speaking of Basilio probably fills that gap because again, if Gravy looks at this and goes, "Oh, well, Syndra's on the down.
Yep.
These more mid-range value piles are on the up. I lose one of my spike cards, but my overall value game plan is still pretty solid. I'm still Gravy Bones." Basilio comes in and says, "I like playing against Gravy Bones.
Yep.
Would you like to explode?"
I like playing as Gravy Bones. I can probably now, because it was tight before against Syndra, I probably now outrace anyone trying to play Syndra.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, if they've done it properly, if they've done their maths and Syndra doesn't just get better.
Well, I think Syndra...
Well, it's happened before.
Syndra drops to the deck that everyone essentially assumed she was, which is she is the deck that every turn you must be able to block Master Momentum, but she doesn't have the spike turn.
Yeah.
Now, she'll have Spreading Flames turns, which are just big turns, but she won't have like the Wrath turn. So she won't essentially be able to emulate a Fi turn. Not that anyone really could. KO, Unhanded Cheat.
I mean, you keep saying KO Unhanded Cheat. I keep going, I hear KO and I'm like, there's 2 KOs.
Well,
they're both pretty good right now.
I'm going to segue into KO.
They're both pretty good right now. But KO Unhanded Cheat is
Unhanded Cheat,
a contender.
A card that is like pure numbers deck.
Yep.
Blocks well, gets to play the good brute attacks, gets to play the good revile attacks, gets to play Mocking Blow.
Yep.
Clown slapping someone. It's funny, it's thematic, It's really, really strong, as we saw with the Lyeth deck only last week. Is like quintessentially a mid-range deck. I think if Florian falls out of that limelight as the mid-range deck to beat, Underhanded Cheat fills the gap quite nicely.
Is pretty good.
I'm guessing you can play it as anything except a gambling sim.
Yes, I do think that our local Underhanded Cheat player, she does listen to the scab skins perhaps more often than she should.
Yeah.
I mean, as a having now played 6 games on Brute, 8 games on Brute, 8 games on Rhino, I've rolled scabs once.
That's probably one time too many.
And that was you told me not to.
Yeah.
And you told me not to.
Did you get a double?
I got a 2.
There you go.
There we go. So
that was right.
well, it didn't make a difference in the end.
Well,
But
They could have done.
to be fair to the local Underhanded Cheat player,
Gambler.
one of those games she rolled so well.
Oh, that was in Sage, yeah, when she
every
was playing
single
Berserker
time.
Run, yeah.
Oh my gosh. She flubbed every roll when she played against me. That last game she played, I don't think she rolled anything below a 5.
Yeah, as an aside, for any Silver Age players in the chat, if you are blessed by the dice, play Berserker Run. He won't let you down.
the problem is that Berserker Run players in chat are not blessed by the dice.
No, but like, if you play Brute, there's a high chance that you are not blessed by the dice. It's kind of part of the deal.
It's like opposites attracting.
Yes, something like that. Something like that indeed.
They're desperate for the love of the dice, but the dice do not love
No,
them.
they really don't. They really
Dice
don't.
love laughing at me. But speaking of dice rolling, there is KO Armed and Dangerous.
Isn't even a dice rolly deck anymore.
I think actually that most of them have moved to beating trackers as their main boots,
Yeah.
and they play scab skins for the matchups they need to block.
So
Because that is also a numbers deck. That's a numbers deck that can go over the top with things like Tail Limb from Limb on the Blood Rush turns, the Cast Bones turns. We didn't see Scour banned, which means Cast Bones is still possibly a liability if Verdance is kicking around. And I think she will be. I think Verdance is still very strong. But again, it's these small percentage points that will bring them down. And as with all meta games, even if the decks themselves aren't actually that much weaker, if people's perception of them are,
it's not just how good a deck is; it's who plays it and what
exactly. So we're gonna see loads of people playing loads of decks that they think are fine, and maybe they won't be, maybe they will be. We have.
I mean, Lyeth. You've said it a few times.
Lyeth has potential. We have a Lyeth list that did well, that people will be playing,
Yeah.
people will be practicing, and people will be bringing it to RTNs.
Lyeth's
The same,
got-
I can guarantee you that there will be someone at your RTN playing this KO list, this underhanded cheat list, almost card for card. The same for Acilio. Probably not Gravy. The Gravy deck will be slightly different. It probably won't be playing as many charts. But a lot, I mean, Kasai, this Kasai deck as well. You'll be seeing this Kasai deck a lot. I mean, you should be seeing it already. It's already very strong. And you'll be seeing, I think you'll still be seeing Marrow. You'll probably see some Slippy. Like with Earth going down, Slippy goes up. Like, it's going to be all over. The only deck you're not going to see at RTN
Is Kano.
is Kano.
Yeah.
So, rest assured, everyone, I will be taking my Tide Flippers out of Katsu.
Well, but that's another very interesting point. With Kano going, most competitive level decks free up 2 sideboard slots.
2.
Yeah, or more.
2?
Or more.
Playing 2 AB?
Syndra didn't, but a lot of decks were playing more than one card for Kano.
My 1 AB slot in Katsu was for Kano. I didn't even play him to Rune Blaze or anything.
Really? Okay.
You just punch him. But it does open up some slots. It does
frees
change
up some
things up.
slots, but changes how decks.
So this is
can
the
be
other thing as well. Like, for a meta game where we have a established big 3, where we know what the meta game is going to be as we're going into a room, sideboarding is a lot easier. When you're going into a room where you go,
True.
what is the best deck? Who's playing what?
I've just realised Max gets 3 sideboard slots.
He certainly does.
Kano
John.
going frees up 3 sideboard slots for Max.
You could argue the same for Teklo, John.
That's cash money.
4 sideboard slots.
Maybe it is time for Teklo to. No, we'll wait for Teklo to get his new
Max
cards.
gets 4 sideboard slots. That might be enough.
That's cash. That's
for what,
cash
John? What would
money.
you put in?
I'm not saying.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't ruin the surprise.
Shan't.
I'm not that foolish, Toby.
Sure. Well, I think
I want to get this episode out tomorrow.
What's really crazy is that I could probably sleeve up Max if I wanted to desperately.
I'm gonna get this episode out tomorrow before
true.
RTN.
Very, very true. No,
No sneak peeks.
I do want to
no.
have a quick look at the battle hardened in Vienna because obviously we know who won. I would be curious to see what the rest of that top 8 looks like. But yeah, I mean, do you have any decks that you think might be able to...
I'm looking at... Well, you haven't mentioned Dio.
No, we haven't mentioned Dio.
Mentioned Dio.
And that's because I always forget Dio, but fundamentally, she won Worlds for one.
I think the minor nerf on Syndra helps Dio.
Mm-hmm. Which was, I think, already a somewhat decent
Earth
match. That's
helps
the kicker.
Dio.
That's the kicker.
So Dio is actually, I think, a strong aggro deck at the moment, as is Acilio.
Well, if you're playing a deck,
Where's
an aggro
Fang?
deck to
Where's
beat
Fang?
it, where is Fang? Great question. Well, with Vents on the downtick, with Earth on the downtick, a bit better. I think Fang's fine into Gravy as well.
Yeah.
The issue with Fang is that you're just as much mercy as your card deck order as you are to like being able to outplay your opponent. But fundamentally, Fang's kit is still very strong.
Because I'm looking at Dio and Acilio, I think will have some ascendance. Okay, first level effect, Dio and Acilio gain something from this, especially because I don't think Gravy's been that badly nerfed.
No, I think decks that can prey on Gravy will do
Acilio
well.
and Dio are the best prey on Gravy decks, and probably the best fast aggro decks in format at the moment.
What about Fire, John?
Brand.
Don't need it.
You don't need it, but you lose little percentage points.
Got Mopple.
You lose little percentage
You
points.
do.
And that matters when the margins are so tight and the meta's so open. So we're not talking by any stretch of the imagination. This is they're out, outpacing the field. They're just on top of the heap at the moment.
As for aggro decks, yes.
For aggro decks. So you've got Dio and Acilio. I think Fatigue Jarl, if you can, we've talked before about the additional difficulties of piloting that deck at a tournament.
And he did also lose a card.
Fatigue Jarl didn't.
Lost Rootbound.
Didn't play it.
Why not?
Fatigue Jarl wasn't playing it.
Got busted.
Other Jarls were playing it, but actual Fatigue Jarl wasn't playing it.
The Jarls that did well this weekend were playing it.
Yeah. Okay, fine. But no, I've got 3 Jarl lists that weren't even playing it. Only one was Fatigue. Only one was Fatigue, but I've got 3 Jarl lists that weren't even playing it.
Damn.
So exactly. So Jarl's got room.
The chops, yeah.
And that the one I'm thinking of, one calling, top 8'd something.
Possibly.
I think these 3 are actually all from Worlds. So it's 3 from Worlds. 3 lists from Worlds that didn't care about Rootbound Carapace. So Jarl's that Fatigue Jarly type piece. So you've got the aggro side of things. You've got the other side of that, which Nagro, don't know.
Aggro Jarl.
Waggro Jarl.
There was like an Ice Jarl that was like actually leaning into his hero ability.
Yeah.
That was closer to like disruptive than
so
aggro.
if you've got first order effects, aggro and Waggro, and then you've got the stuff. So what preys on those? Disruption. I think we could be in for a disruptive meta because I think being able to force cards from hand out of the aggressive decks, or force card out of arsenal out of the aggressive decks. Basically, you don't get to play with those 5 cards anymore. Is going to be strong. Being able to say you can't block with all those cards anymore is going to be strong.
Quite possibly.
And which one hero can do both those things?
Marlin?
Really? That's true. Pleiades can also do it.
So
there's quite a few heroes like that.
Goliath
so you got
can
Marlin,
in theory do it.
Pleiades, Goliath.
I mean, hell, even Bravo can do it.
Goliath looks really interesting this meta.
Goliath looks interesting, and if we're staying on the topics of Guardians, and specifically on the topics of gold mains, Victor's looking pretty solid too.
Yeah, I think Guardians are going to look good this meta.
A Guardian, I'll acquiesce, might look good. I don't think we're going to get a Guardian meta, but we might be able to. We might see a flash from Jarl, we might see a flash from Lara, and we might see a flash from Victor. We might see someone finally figure out Pleiades as well.
So
I'm less confident in Bravo.
You're leaving
and
out
Betsy,
Bravo and Betsy and Valda.
Valda, actually, to be fair, could also at some point.
So I think there's a number of Guardians who are looking good here, and you've lost Kano.
Oh, that's the thing, right? They have one of their biggest predators has gone.
Yeah. So
Verdance is on the downtick. Florin is on the downtick.
Acilio's so susceptible to disruption.
Yes,
That if you can just chain together some disruptive attacks, that's kind of Laia's downfall. Is he's not great at chaining the disruption together.
Well, he gets 5 looks.
It's true.
Disruptive piece, but he has to chain the buffs.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, a deck like Acilio, if he is the top of the meta game, it becomes very much a matter of, well, if I'm worried about losing to Acilio, I do just play 3 Amulet Echoes.
Yeah.
And you will still lose to Acilio, don't get me wrong, but you at least get to pretend that you've got a sideboard option, and if you see it, it makes the game a game and not I'm going to explode. Or you play aggro and you pressure him. Like he has weaknesses, otherwise he would already be top of the
Yes, I mean Dio pressures him very nicely.
Boom Grenade is pretty good.
So
but yeah,
so
we're be looking at
by
decks.
no means wide open, but I'm looking at okay, so you got some aggro decks, you've got disruptive decks I think are going to be good.
We might be looking at an aggro meta game, and if we're looking at an aggro meta, then decks like Katsu, decks like Puffin that punish those aggro decks do quite well. Decks like Slippy that punish those aggro decks do very well. Vincent does too. If Earth is taking a step down, then yes, something like Vincent does, in theory, have a spot again if she can figure out how many Mothering Skies she's allowed to play into Gravy, that kind of stuff. I guess fundamentally, a lot of this does hinge on where Gravy ends up, and if really any impact is made at all in Gravy's meta share.
What did Gravy need to high roll into with Chart? What decks? Syndra.
Syndra and decks
Syndra's...
that pressured. Now, I think there are plenty of aggro decks out there that are better than Syndra into Gravy. Like Katsu and Ira obliterate him.
Yep.
Like absolutely reduce him to dust. And if Ira becomes a deck that's like, well, again, it's not hard for Ira to carve herself a niche. Like if we see a meta game where like you've got aggro decks that are more susceptible to disruption and decks that want to push big damage, Ira goes, well, I get to play D-Reacts and I also get to play 2 cards 8s with disruption. So maybe Ira fills that gap. And if that's the case, then I'm not playing Katsu. But if that's the case, then you don't want to be playing Gravy either, because again, Ira sits here and goes, well, I'm going to pop an ally, and then I'm going to pop you, and then I'm going to pop you again every single turn. And also I'm going to play Flick Flack when you attack with your Conqueror, and then I'm going to use the other card to block the ally. Like, so she has so many options. Obviously, she'll lose when she draws 4 reds, but that's every deck.
Yeah.
So but this is the thing. We could talk for hours about what, because we don't know. The potential's too huge.
And so I think the answer is play something you know, because you've only got 2 weeks.
Well, we could do a quick a summary of what we think the best decks will be. Because I still do think I have an idea.
Go on then.
Well, I think Gravy's going to be up there. I think Gravy, if we're going to have an S tier, if we're going to have a big 3,
Gravy,
which most meta games devolve to, I think one of them's going to be Gravy Bones.
Okay, Gravy.
I think I could see another one being Armed and Dangerous, KO.
Yeah.
And I could see one being Prism.
Really?
I think those are 3 very strong established decks, one of which lost a little bit, but probably gained more from other decks being weaker. I think in the right hands, Prism is obviously almost the strongest deck of the meta game, and I think in a layman's hand, KO Armed and Dangerous can and will rip you to shreds. Yeah. So in a very strong pilot's hand, he's very dangerous, and obviously we saw him perform very well at Worlds anyway. So now with a bit more breathing room, a bit more space, and a bit more of an open meta, you go, I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to Wild Ride into Claw into Swing Big. You answer the question, and I'm asking it.
Which, for a 2-week prep session, 2 weeks of prep, you want to be the deck asking the questions.
Exactly. That's what I would say. Unless you very much know Gravy Bones inside and out, I think you need to be asking a question. Now, in that S tier, I think you could probably switch Prism for Kasai. I think you could probably switch KO for Acilio.
I think Kasai's going to be good.
You could have all 5 in S tier, to be fair. I think you have Kasai, Acilio, KO, Gravy, and Prism as the decks to watch out for. And of those, I would recommend, if you haven't got the reps, playing KO.
Yeah.
But then I also think if you've been playing Syndra all season, you can still play Syndra, and you'll probably still have a very good shot winning RTN. You can still play Verdance, and you'll still have a pretty good shot winning RTN. Because again, Verdance is going to cut Rootbound. She might put in Fate for Scenes, and then she might fiddle her blue base around a little bit and put in 3 Cadaverous Tillings, and try and get on a bit faster like that as well. She might trim Siren's Call. She might trim Finals Fighting Spirit because getting online is a bit harder, and just play other value pieces instead. Like she'll just adapt. She'll just play Guardian again.
So here's my problem though, which is at most I'll go to 1 RTN this season.
True.
I get to use this season to pivot away from Syndra.
You do.
I've been playing a bit of Rhinar, played a bit of Jarl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Lyeth and RKO and CAD as interesting decks.
I wouldn't get too attached to Armed and Dangerous.
No, exactly. He's going to go. So what do I focus on?
Oh, we're going to lose Claw this season for sure.
Yeah. What do I focus on?
I think now is actually a really good time to find a hero on a very low amount of points and lock in.
Marlin.
I think you could be looking at Marlin. You could be looking at the Marlins of the world. You could be looking at the Puffins of the world. You could be looking at the KO underhanded cheats of the world.
Dorinthea's not.
Dory, in this top 8, actually, sorry for Battle Hardened Soul, there is a Dory. There is a Dorinthea Iron Song. So Dory's an option. I mean, Dawnblade's always strong. I could see Hatchets being strong in this meta game because Hatchets always comes out and has a couple of weeks of being relevant, and then people realise how to play into it again. I'm always, obviously, an advocate of finding a pet deck and learning it inside and out.
Dash?
Dio is probably a deck that is good to learn.
My problem with Dio, the only problem I've got with Dio is I built that Living Legends deck with her, and I'm holding on to that. Because that was sick.
Yeah,
that was sick.
It can feel pretty rough to be like, oh, okay, I just need to dig for a system reset. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm not playing that.
I've put that together as my little pet Living Legends deck, just in case. Break glass, activate Dio.
Well, there will be Living Legends event at London for sure, for side events. So just pile it in there.
I'm holding on to that for Living Legends.
I'm going to build
the only problem I got with Dio is
reason.
I just can't bother to sleeve up too many different things.
Yeah, but you pack it
and
in
we've got
your back
Sage
pocket.
coming.
Ooh.
So, but what CC deck am I going to pick up?
In this season, like essentially what is an off season for
essentially
you, right?
what is an off season for me, because there'll be 2 PQs next year. And we might even manage to make it to a foreign calling or a foreign calling, so there's no battle hardens anymore.
Well, no, it's showdowns now, and they're attached to callings.
They're attached to callings. They're all callings. So
yeah, we need to have a look at callings.
So there will be another calling in the UK.
I'd hope so.
And there'll be one in France.
Usually.
And there'll
one
be
in Germany,
there'll
maybe
probably
Belgium.
be one. Well, there will be one in Germany because they got the law changed.
Germany,
So they love Germany now.
Congratulations,
where
Germany.
Yeah, well done, Germany. Where do you think we'll get a calling in the UK?
I'd be really disappointed if it's Scotland again.
Slough.
Yorkshire.
York.
Do you know where I think? Do you know actually where I think we might get a calling in the UK?
York's lovely, to be fair.
I think Hung might get something.
We could get London.
Stoke-on-Trent.
The thing is,
he's got.
because we have the premiere in London.
Yeah, we had the premiere in London.
It feels bad to have a calling in London.
But
we have a calling in London.
But the premiere is being run by
Living Realms.
Living Realms. I think the calling will go to someone who isn't Living Realms.
Cardiff.
Oh, we could get Cardiff. Birmingham's another one.
I think CGC will get another.
We're working on it.
Army Plus.
I mean, I'm angling for a ProQuest.
Canterbury Gaming Convention.
But I say I'm.
PQ Plus would be nice.
Mod is.
Mod is, yep.
Mod and to a degree Darius are.
Yep.
I'm just there pretending that I'm doing the work.
But I think Hung, because Hung's got the Welcome to London event. If you've not seen that,
I have seen.
I'm talking to listeners there.
We're going to have a There's going to be what is it? It's essentially a super armory.
It's a super armory. Super armory.
Super armory the Tuesday before the world premiere. We have our tickets already.
We do have our tickets already.
I think
it's going to be Sage. It's going to be pre-compendium Sage format.
True. A couple of TCG lads will be there playing. Or otherwise, I've heard.
Have you got a ticket?
Ooh.
Have you got a ticket, Laura?
I don't know. Do I have a ticket?
Laura's not allowed to leave.
Well, there you go.
No, Laura, we could get Laura a ticket as well.
Because it's Sage.
It's Silver Age.
And it is the one format I do want to play.
Yep.
CC is it's a bit too much for me.
A bit too sweaty. Too much life.
Yeah, people do take it very seriously, and I respect that. I don't want to take it too seriously, and therefore a low power format suits me better.
Well, I can say for free that this tournament people are going to be taking Silver Age seriously.
Yes. Yeah, they take it seriously. But
it was also retweeted by Jimmy White himself.
Sorry?
So the tweet about
this
was
Jimmy might be there.
Jimmy might
You might
be
get to meet
there.
Jimmy White in the flesh and blood.
Oh my goodness.
No guarantees.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I mean, I remember he went
I've
to
been burnt
Darksphere.
before.
I went to Darksphere for that once.
Yeah, he was there. I met Hayden Dale at Darksphere once.
I'd had my heart broken before by
Yeah.
Jimmy.
I mean, I did, in
I should have
fairness.
played AB into Viscerai.
Yeah. Well,
I won, by the way.
yep. Fine. Fine.
So I grabbed my beating trackers for an
Yep.
instruction point. So.
Good. Yeah. So
He was right.
Hung I think might get it because he can fit 50 just in his shop,
Oh, for battle hardened.
and he can fit, and he reckons he can borrow the shop next door for another 50.
That's 100, John.
Yeah. It's not enough.
That's a lot
Battle
of
hardened
people.
Edinburgh was like 400.
Was it?
Yeah,
It's not gonna be in London. Though.
that's just Scotland.
It's not gonna be in London.
Well, it would have to be the XL.
Ordinary.
That's very expensive.
It would have to be the XL.
Which is why you'll typically see it in somewhere like Cardiff or Birmingham or Slough,
yeah.
where rent is a bit cheaper for these large.
Stoke-
I would love Canterbury. Don't get me
Stoke.
wrong. Angling for that too.
Yeah, we haven't got the.
Yeah,
The school won't fit that many.
No, the school we rent usually for Progress won't fit it. The new shop probably won't either. But we could maybe ask the Cathedral if we could borrow the crypt, which would be incredible, by the way.
Which would be incredible. Yeah.
The vibes would be insane.
It would, yeah. God, imagine shouting Judge down there. Echo for
Imagine
weeks.
cosplaying Frankie down there.
That would be so cool. Oh, yeah, I'm in now.
Do you frostbite? But no, so there's lots to look forward to in like the immediate time, but also just for the entire year.
Yeah, but there is. So there's a year's worth of things. I'm taking off season. What do I play? I played a bit of Rhinar. Rhinar's a bit big brain.
Rhinor's tough. I told you Rhinor's
Rhinor's
tough.
hard to play. So I don't know if I.
And you don't want to spend too much time locking in
Carry on
something
with
like Armed and Dangerous, because he'll go soon.
he'll go.
You don't want to go too far into Fi, because he'll go soon.
I think there's a reviled hero out there for me.
I think you'll enjoy Armed and Dangerous.
Or
Not Armed and Dangerous. Underhanded Cheat.
Or Lyeth.
I don't think you should play Life.
Why?
Not going to say.
You get 6 cards.
Toby just
You
shrugged.
get 5.5. Literally a half, actually. You get half of
fine.
5 cards.
Yeah. Well.
I think Lyeth will benefit a lot more from a more consolidated metagame that you can attack. I think despite him being very apparently proactive,
Yep.
he is actually quite reactive. You need to know exactly what you're doing, and you need the right metagame for it too. A bit like Puffin, I suppose, is a good comparison. Whereas I think something like Underhanded Cheat is just he's just a beefcake.
But the other thing we've got is
Just a unit.
the amazing form of the last, I want to say 5 sets, Toby.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the last 5 sets. They've all gotten really good a set later.
Yeah.
So now's the time to lock in on your Super Slam heroes.
Yeah.
Because the next set's about to come out, and then the Super Slam heroes are almost guaranteed to get really
I
good.
have a Marble Tough Nut.
Well, okay.
I'm ready.
Who do you think I am?
Yeah. I mean,
Did you know Tough Nut can play Scar for a Scar and Life for a Life?
thank you very much for listening to this episode of Energy Potion, a Flesh and Blood podcast. If you liked it, please consider subscribing for more. If you disagree with any of these opinions, please let us know in the comments and we'll either defend them robustly or completely cave and agree with you. This podcast was made possible with help from the team at Le Bon 22 Productions and a special donation from the Cracked Bauble Appreciation Society and their sponsors.